The morning arrived quietly. The sun was just beginning to rise above the horizon, painting the sky with soft shades of pink, orange, and gold. Everything felt fresh and peaceful, as if the world had just opened its eyes. A young woman walked slowly toward the beach. She wasn't in a hurry. Today, she wanted to leave behind the noise of busy streets, endless messages, and long days filled with work. She wanted only one thing: to breathe. As her feet touched the warm sand, she stopped for a moment and looked around. The sea stretched endlessly before her. Small waves rolled gently onto the shore, creating a soft rhythm that sounded almost like music. The fresh morning air carried the scent of salt and the promise of a beautiful day. She smiled softly. It had been a long time since she had watched a sunrise. Usually, mornings began with alarms, schedules, and rushing from one place to another. But today was different. She slipped off her shoes and held them in one hand. The sand felt warm beneath her bare feet. Each step left a footprint behind her. But the waves slowly washed them away. She watched the water sparkle under the rising sun. Thousands of tiny reflections danced across the surface like little diamonds. The light made the sea look alive. A gentle breeze played with her hair. She closed her eyes for a moment. She could hear the waves. She could hear the distant cries of seagulls. She could hear her own breathing. Nothing else. No traffic. No phones. No stress. Only nature. She opened her eyes and continued walking along the shoreline. The beach was still quiet. A fisherman stood far away near the rocks. A young couple walked hand in hand in the distance. Everything moved slowly. Nobody seemed to be rushing. She bent down and picked up a small seashell. It was smooth and white, with tiny golden lines running across it. She smiled again. How many beautiful things had she walked past without noticing? Sometimes life became so busy that even the simplest moments disappeared without being seen. She held the shell in her hand for a while before gently placing it back on the sand. Some things were beautiful simply because they belonged where they were. The waves reached her feet. The cool water made her laugh quietly. It reminded her of childhood vacations when every day felt endless and full of adventure. She continued walking. The sun climbed higher into the sky, and the world became brighter with every passing minute. The blue water stretched far beyond the horizon. White clouds floated slowly above the sea. Palm trees swayed gently behind the beach. Everything around her seemed peaceful. She realized something. Nature never hurried. The waves arrived exactly when they were supposed to. The wind blew without asking for permission. The sun rose every morning, patiently and faithfully. Maybe people could learn something from nature. Maybe happiness wasn't found by moving faster. Maybe it appeared when we finally slowed down enough to see what had always been there. She took a deep breath. The warm air filled her lungs. She looked toward the endless sea. For the first time in many weeks, she felt completely present. Not thinking about yesterday, not worrying about tomorrow. Only this beautiful morning, only this gentle breeze, only this peaceful beach, and somehow, that was enough. She continued walking along the beach, letting the waves gently touch her feet. The water was cool, but the morning sun was already warm. Every step felt lighter than the one before. She noticed tiny seashells scattered across the sand. Some were white, some were pink. Others shimmered softly in the sunlight. Each one was different. Each one was beautiful. She picked up a small shell and held it in her hand. It was smooth from years of being carried by the sea. She smiled. Nature never tried to be perfect. Yet everything in nature was beautiful. A little farther away, children were building a sandcastle. They laughed every time a wave came close. Sometimes the water washed away part of their castle. But instead of feeling upset, they simply laughed and started building again. She watched them for a moment. Their joy was so simple. They weren't worried about tomorrow. They weren't thinking about yesterday. They were happy because of this moment. A pair of seagulls flew low over the water. Their white wings sparkled against the bright blue sky. Far away, a small sailboat moved slowly across the sea. Everything around her seemed peaceful. She sat down on the warm sand. The breeze gently moved through her hair. She closed her eyes. She listened carefully. The sound of the waves, the laughter of children, the wind, the birds. Nature was speaking, not with words, but with peace. She took a deep breath. For the first time in a long while, her thoughts became quiet. She realized something. The happiest moments are often the simplest ones. A beautiful sunrise. The smell of the sea, warm sand beneath your feet, the sound of gentle waves. These moments ask for nothing. They simply invite us to be present. She looked at the endless horizon. The sea met the sky so perfectly that she couldn't tell where one ended and the other began. Sometimes life was like that too. Some answers didn't need to be found. Some questions simply became smaller with time. She smiled once again, and this time, it felt completely natural. The sun was now high above the sea. The beach had become brighter. Golden light danced across the waves, making the water sparkle like thousands of tiny diamonds. She stood up slowly. Her footprints stretched behind her along the shore. A gentle wave came forward and quietly washed them away. She watched them disappear. At first, she thought it was sad. Then she understood. The sea wasn't taking anything away. It was simply making room for new steps. She looked toward the horizon. Every sunrise brings another chance, another beginning, another beautiful day. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. Sometimes happiness is waiting in the smallest places, in a quiet morning, in the sound of the sea, in a warm breeze, in a smile that appears without a reason. She placed one hand over her heart. It felt calm, light, peaceful. She whispered softly, "Today is enough." The wind carried her words toward the sea. She took one last deep breath of the fresh ocean air. Then she turned and began walking slowly along the beach once more. Not because she had somewhere to go, but because she wanted to enjoy every step. The waves continued their gentle dance. The seagulls circled high above. The sun filled the world with warmth. And for the first time in a long time, she wasn't searching for happiness anymore. She had already found it, right here, in this beautiful morning.